Hello, my name is Dwayne Kimball, owner and founder of KMD89, the VA Claims Consultant, Leave No Vet Behind, and also I'm a United States Army veteran. Today I'm bringing you another educational video as it pertains to the VA disability compensation claims process. But before I get into today's video, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. And don't forget, you can find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, you can sign up for our monthly Veterans Roundtable. We just had one last week. It went off really well. We talked about the 5 ways of service connection. I've received a lot of feedback from the veterans that attended. You can sign up for that on our website at KMD89.com. That's Kilo Mike Delta 89.com. And we do that every third Thursday of every month at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. Today I have 2 slides that I'm going to show you. And we're going to discuss when is your VA claims file needed for review when you're filing a claim for a particular condition. So when does the VA examiner or VA contracted examiner or your private physician, when they're completing the DBQ, which conditions do they need, which conditions that you're claiming that they need to review your VA claims file, okay? So again, I've been challenging a lot of veterans to get their claims file. A lot of veterans are going out there requesting it. I've even received responses that, yep, I requested it, I received it, and I reviewed it, okay? So there's something that you want in your arsenal when you're going through this claims process. So let's get into it. Slide number 1. Here's slide number 1. ZIM 21 reference manual is named Importance of Claims Folder Review. Folder review helps VA ensure that the examiner is given the fullest evidentiary picture possible. The claims folder often contains a history of treatment of the disability at issue. In order to provide an adequate basis for the findings and conclusions of an examination, the examiner needs access to that history. Now, there are some instances that I feel that the claims file really doesn't, the entire claims file doesn't need to be reviewed. There could be some information in there that does, but in certain instances, does the entire claims file need to be reviewed? I don't think so. And here's a reason, one of the reasons why. Because let's just say the veteran is service connected for PTSD at 30%. That 30% was granted 10 years ago. Since then, the veteran hasn't received any treatment at a VA hospital. The veteran haven't received any treatment at a private physician or a mental health provider, okay? So there's nothing in that folder for the past 10 years, nothing. Then the veteran submits a claim for increase along with a DBQ, okay? Well, the only thing that I think that needs to be reviewed at that point, maybe the DD-214, a disability breakdown letter in the previous rating decision granting service connection for the PTSD, because there's no history. So in that slide, they said history of treatment. In this example, there's no history of treatment, okay? But still, it would make sense for the veteran to go out and get that claims folder. And if they have a mental health, a private mental health professional complete that DBQ, at least they can, make some notes. Hey, I did review it. There's no noted treatment. This is the veteran's second, round of treatment with me or whatever, something like that, okay? So I still think, there's certain instances where the entire VA claims folder doesn't need to be reviewed, and I just gave you an example of that. Now, everybody's claim is different, so I'm not saying, you go out, oh, I haven't got any treatment, so I don't need, my claims file reviewed. There could be some information in there, and then it could not be. The only way you know that is by getting a copy of your claims folder, okay? So, told you I had 2 slides. Slide number 2. And here in slide number 2, it's examinations requiring claims folder review, okay? Now, keep in mind, I don't always copy the entire M21 reference from the VA's website. So this one, I did not. There was, I think, a couple of M21 references at the bottom and a court case, and I think a couple of 38 CFRs as well. But I didn't copy those. I just wanted to give you a list of when what conditions the VA is saying when the VA claims folder needs to be reviewed, okay? And the things I have highlighted in red, they are not part of this M21. When I was doing the research, I went in and I just notated these myself. So if you go to this M21 manual reference on the VA's website, you will not see these items in red. I put those in there myself, okay? And I'll explain those as I go through this slide, okay? So examinations requiring claims folder review. For the reasons discussed in this particular M21 reference, and to the right it says in previous slide, so it was the previous slide that I showed you. An examiner's review of claims folder contents, it is potentially beneficial and encouraged in all claim types. I'll read that again. Review of claims folder contents is potentially and encouraged in all claim types. However, the examiner must review the claims folder for the following DBQs or claim types. I'm gonna read that again. However, the examiner must review the claims folder for the following DBQs or claim types. Okay, we'll go through these. Service connect, the SC means service connection, okay? So service connection under 38 CFR 3.317. What is 38 CFR 3.317? Compensation for certain disabilities occurring in Persian Gulf veterans, co-injury residuals, former prisoners of war, Gulf War general medical opinions, including etiology opinions in hearing loss and tinnitus claims. Okay, medical opinions. If you're trying to get direct service connection, and let's say you go to your private physician and they do a DBQ and nexus statements. What they're saying here, the examiner review the claims folder for the following DBQs or claim types, okay? Must review. So if you're going in for direct service connection, or let's just say secondary service connection, sleep apnea secondary to PTSD, they're saying that claims folder must be reviewed, okay? TBI examinations, mental health examinations. And this is not saying, oh, only in increases, only in direct service connection, only in secondary service connection when a medical opinion is needed. They're not saying that. They're just saying mental health examinations. So if you're going in for increase, guess what needs to be reviewed or must be reviewed, all right? Musculature examinations involving ankle, back, elbow, foot, hand, hip, knee, neck, etc., 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 etc. BVA remands, 1151 claims, ACE exams, environment hazards in Iraq, Afghanistan, and other military installations in IDES claims. Now, let's go back to ACE. ACE exams, an ACE exam is when you'll see it, VA examiner or a third-party contractor, they'll say, hey, I don't need the vet to come in. I may not even need to contact the vet. I have enough information that I can review in this claims folder to make a decision. I'm not real keen on ACE exams. I still think at a minimum that examiner should pick up the phone and call the vet, because there could be some questions, answers to some questions that's not in the veterans claims folder. But that's just my opinion, okay? So it's a lot of information to unpack. At the end of the day, how do you get your claim to the next stage? How do you be successful? And I think one of the ways that veterans can definitely be successful as it pertains to when they're taking a DBQ or requesting a private mental health professional or private medical professional to complete a DBQ, already have that claims folder, okay? Because this M21, they're telling you when it needs to be reviewed. So what you're doing is taking that option for the VA to deny that claim for increase or service connection due to the fact that your doctor did not review your claims folder, okay? So I challenge veterans again, go out, get a copy of that claims folder. I list in the description section of this video and several of my other videos of how I requested a copy of mine. The form that I use, I put the link in this description section. The verbiage that I put on that form is in the description section. And where I faxed and mailed it, and now I've updated that to show a direct upload link, okay? Now, I'm not saying you have to follow that. I'm just saying this is how I did it. You can use it as an option, or you can use another option, okay? But at the end of the day, you got to get a copy of it. In my opinion, you have to get a copy of it, because especially if you're going out to a private physician to get a DBQ completed, because on those DBQs, at the top, or most of them at the top of the second page, there's a section, evidence review. And it asks, was the VA claims folder reviewed? Yes or no. If it's no, then they could use this M21 and say, hey, we can't give you this increase because the doctor or examiner, your doctor didn't state that they reviewed your claims folder. Okay? So that's something to keep in mind when you're going through, you're building a game plan, you're gathering evidence, either if you're starting an initial claim or you're doing an increase to maximize your benefits or whatever. That your VA claims folder eventually is going to come into play and could affect the outcome of your claim if you have it or you don't have it. Now, I've been seeing a lot of veterans, they're saying that regardless of when they have a DBQ completed by a private physician and the adjudicator, the private physician notes on the DBQ, yes, I did review the veteran's claims folder. Some VA employees are still requesting exams when that information is actually sufficient and the adjudicator can actually use it. So it's going to depend on who desk it lands on. But what can you do as the veteran to be proactive, okay? Get a copy of the claims folder. Because if you do everything the right way, you get a copy of it, your private physician completes the DBQ per review of your claims folder, and that DBQ and or nexus is sufficient and actionable, and they request an exam and you decide not to go, and they go ahead and either they deny it or deny the increase, that's a strong ground for you to do a high-level review. That will be up to you if you want to do it. But going back, again, the VA claims folder is going to start with that, okay? So with that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button. Don't forget to go out to our website to sign up for our monthly Veterans Roundtable, which will be next month, November 2021. Our website is kmd89.com, kmd89.com. If I don't see you at a Veterans Roundtable, I'll see you in my next education video. Thank you.